Okay, so today is November 28th. It's 4:40, close to 5 a.m. Alright, let's check this. 192 subscribers. Alright, come on. I have a lot to do today. There's some videos I need to edit that I recorded yesterday but never got a chance to edit it. So I have double things to do today. This video and the one that I didn't do yesterday. Okay, so 192 subs and 6,327 public watch hour. Let's see what's happening on Twitter. Okay, so 16 minutes ago, that's Myra, Diana and Harry, 1987. And we have Harry and Archie, 2009. Oh my goodness, 17 likes. We love Casual Duchess. So that's Megan. Nice. Okay, let's see whether, okay, so these are, oh, I have more notification. Let's go to home. Alright, so this is Tima. The comments on New York Times article, wow, I hope she reads them. Okay, I didn't go on the, okay. I read that article about Megan's experience with the miscarriage, but I didn't go on the, well, when it came out, it was brand new, so there probably wasn't that many replies. Okay, my son died, oh geez, whew. My son died at the age of 8. It's been the most horrific time since. Every word the Duchess wrote is true. As I sit here in a puddle of tears, I can only hope that with her far-reaching ability, that more people will stop and ask if someone is okay. But not only ask the question, but stick around for the truthful answer. It's easy to ask the question. It's much harder to listen and be open to hearing the response. So much love to all of you who have lost a child. My goodness, this one is hard at 8 years old. Okay, I have 3. 1 natural, oh my god, 2 necessitable, D and C's. Okay, wow, all were horrible. All were, my goodness, emotionally debilitating. Okay, and yes, no one knew what to say, and medicine offered no concrete answer. No one said, quote, who that happened to me, end quote. Even my late mother, who I believe had a miscarriage, though I know she cried as well. The worst were people who would ask me, quote, oh, when are you going to have another? Oh my goodness. Whew. I finally had the courage to answer one nosy mother by outwardly stating, quote, I've had 3 miscarriages, end quote. Oh my God. And she afterward realized what an insensitive question that is. This subject cannot be taboo. The hardest part, if and when you do stay pregnant, is the constant worry. No pregnancy after a miscarriage is ever normal. One emotionally until you safely hold that baby in your arms at the end of long, worrisome month, fearful of every ache and trips to the bathroom. Fortunately, 5.5 years after my first successful pregnancy, I had my second child. Wow, but the scars still remain for my husband and for myself. Thank you, Megan, for sharing your story so publicly, and know that others, myself including, share the tears you and your husband have shed. Oh my goodness, 5-year-old. This is why I have to consider myself very lucky, because I pretty much had the second one right after. My goodness, you know. Sometimes you have to count your blessing even after a horrible experience. I mean, I put a video out explaining my situation. Okay, I'm not gonna go into it on this one. Okay, Megan's message about shared humanity is moving to me. There is a vulnerability and being our authentic selves, but also an opportunity to foster deep connection and collective truth. Although it's a painful story, and I empathize with her and with many of the commenters who posted here, I also feel uplifted and hopeful that conversation like this will heal us. I look forward to hearing more from her in the days to come. In one of the videos I said yesterday, and I think I said something like, I hope Megan go back to her old ways, like when she had the TIG. At that time, I was not following her, but based on her fan, people who have known her for a very long time, I hope Megan do go back to that old self. Maybe not a consistent basis, because now she has a family and she has, like a more busy lifestyle. And not that hers prior to that was not busy, because the TIG seemed like more, a side thing, enjoying it. But, now with the Archwell and the thing she has with Harry going on, so there's a more concrete kind of thing that she's focusing on. But I hope she does go back to that, because a lot of people, are looking for comforting words. Okay, not everybody is up for it, but those people who enjoy her writing and stuff like that will find comfort in some of her perspective and things. Okay, this one is in Canada. There were 12 years between me and my sister. Oh, wow. Because my mother suffered one miscarriage after another. I think she had at least 6, oh my God, and carry a child to term who died soon after he was born. Oh my God. She finally found a doctor who promised he will help her, and she had me in 1948. Wow. 12 years in between. This was not a time when people discuss such things, but less seeking therapy or a support group as part of recovering. I don't know how she did it, except that she was very strong. She never really talked about it, but for the fact that this had happened, I was the happy ending. Wow. Now we are all being tested by COVID and its impact on so many levels, in an atmosphere where there are people who deny its reality. It breaks my heart to see the lineups of food banks and the scene inside hospital as doctors, nurses, and all those who support them fight so hard to save lives while risking their own. I don't understand why facts are now optional and replaceable with conspiracy theories. I watch how divisions in the U.S. has resulted in hatred of those with different opinion and, yes, different facts that really are not facts. And this time we need human contact. We need to feel that we are part of a community. We need to know that we matter. We long to give and receive hugs from those we love. It is difficult and isolating, especially for people who are alone. Ask your neighbor if they are okay and need anything. Be kind to everyone. We all need it now. That is so true. Wow. Thank you, Tina, for... do I still have the link for the New York Times? I could easily go into it and see. Let me open another one. All I have to do is pretty much type Meghan Markle and see, and then go on the news. Let's see. There it is. It's right there. 3 days ago. Let me see if I could go on the comment. Can I see the comments? Where are the comments? Read 150. Oh my God. Not 150. 1,550 comments. Oh shoot, it brings it to the side. Okay, I'm gonna read some in addition to what Tina had put. Okay. All right, so it's on the side. When my husband and I were in the process of adopting a baby from Russia, the child we had identified and shown photo of to all our family was adopted by Russians who had priority for the 6 months of any available child's life. I got the call from our agency at my desk at work. I could not even form a word to tell my boss why I was leaving. Okay, I'm sure my stricken face told her I need to go. I met my husband at home and we just held each other and cried. Later, a friend at work smiled kindly to me and said, you've had a miscarriage? Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. That's, I don't, my goodness. All right, there's another one here. I live in New York City in my 20s, and once while waiting for a train, a young man came to the platform quietly sobbing. It was a strange sight. Everyone looked. Okay, finally, I woke up the courage to ask if he was okay. It turned out the love of his life had just broken up with him. As I talked with him, others came closer and shared their stories of heartbreaking and reassurance that he will be able to eventually move past the pain. Years later, I left a restaurant and tears after having a spat with a friend. A stranger on the sidewalk asked if I was okay, and we talked there for a while. I walked away fortified. I never saw either of them again, but these shared moments of humanity have stayed with me 20 years later. However, when I had a miscarriage early on in my marriage, the pressure to just push on was tremendous, and I suffered quietly. I am grateful for the light and shine on this taboo conversation on our need to connect, for connection, especially to our lowest moment. However, they may come about. I'm so sorry for your loss, and I wish you and your family grace, healing, and hope. That's part of when she was in the cab and she wanted to find, when she saw that person was sobbing on the phone, and she wanted the cab driver to stop and for her to go and ask. I mean, I live in New York City most of my life. I'm not there now, but you see people busy going about their lives. I mean, not now, going about their lives and stuff like that. You will not think so. Many of them do care. A lot of them do care. They do stop to ask questions and things like that. All right, let's see. There were 12 years between. Okay, that's the. I read this on. Okay, the 12 years. Okay. December 5th, 1975. Okay, we're healed, but the memory lingers. Having a miscarriage when one is unwed and college may be viewed by many as a convenient solution to an inconvenient situation. My deep sadness was uncomfortably for friend and family alike. Counseling helped with the healing. Having a someone listen to my grief when anyone else was ready to move on helped enormously. The acknowledgement that the loss of a baby through a miscarriage carries with it real grief makes a profound difference. Okay, that's this one. Did I message out about shared humanity? Okay, I read this. Okay, I had 3 miscarriages, 1 natural. Okay, I read that also. I had a miscarriage. Okay, I had a miscarriage late in my pregnancy. I didn't share or discuss my sorrow with anyone because the loss felt very personal. I didn't feel that anyone else except my husband and I and my immediate family will understand my loss or share the sentiment. The rest of the world didn't matter to me then. I had no sense. That part where she said the world didn't matter to her, it is so true. At that time, you thought it was the end of the world. That is so true. I felt that when that happened to me. I felt that. I didn't care about anything else. And the after that, especially when I first found out, I was like, oh my God, is this gonna ever happen again? Nothing in the world mattered to me. That is so true. All right, let me continue with her response. I'll read 2 more and then that'll be it after that. I had no sense of anyone for a few months after I lost my baby boy. Wow, she already knew what she was gonna have. And she was late in the, oh my God. This is the thing sometimes, when I first went through it, that was the thing that caught my mind. For me to stop blaming myself, I had to tell myself that luckily you weren't that late into the pregnancy. That was a defense mechanism. Not that I was happy any of it happened, but to comfort my mind, I had to tell myself, lucky for you, you were not late in the pregnancy. That's one of the things. And then after that, the world didn't matter to me. I had to move on, but I had to tell myself all of these. My goodness, let me continue. I had no expectation from any of my friends or family. How could I expect them to know what I was missing? They never met him, didn't feel him. That's the part. They didn't feel him. They didn't hear his heartbeat. Oh my goodness. Or see him moving and turning in my tummy. I'm telling you, I told myself all of this. Okay? She's pretty much reaffirming me. This comment is really reaffirming me some of the things I told myself to move on with my life. Okay? Luckily, I wasn't late in my pregnancy. Luckily, I wasn't feeling, the baby moving. At that time, I don't think I was really early in the pregnancy. The most I could think of, maybe 2 months into the pregnancy. Okay, I told myself all of this. Luckily, you didn't feel the baby moving yet. Okay, maybe it was, but it was so small for me to feel it. Okay, wow, she's really hitting the core here. That sort of reaffirming some of the thing I told myself to, stop worrying, move on with your life. Okay, let me continue. I just didn't see a point of talking about this with anyone. Okay, I chose to withdraw from everyone. I don't think I ever felt a sense of taboo or shame, maybe guilt at the time. That's that part, the guilt part, even responsible or failure. Oh my God, she's hating everything that I was feeling. My decision to withdraw from everyone was to avoid those empty, "you okay?" or "so sad" comment. Okay, I was finding it hard to cope with this loss and then have the strength to deal with anyone. I think I'm that type too. Usually when something negative I experience something negative. Those people coming to you, "Oh, are you okay?" These kind of things, it brings back more sorrow to me somehow. I don't know. It's the face that goes with the word sometimes. Feeling, I don't know. I guess everybody's not the same. The way they take their grief is not the same. That's why I was very careful as I was explaining my experience, where I sort of tell you guys, everyone deal it in a different way. They experience the miscarriage at a different stage and all of this. This is not to put anybody down. Some people have a different way of grieving. Me, I think I was okay by being silent. I don't think me and my husband ever spoke about it. I think we both felt the loss at the same time because my husband and I were willing to get as many other opinion about what the first doctor said, because he was willing to drive me around and all of this. He went to all of the appointments with me and all of that. Okay, we were feeling the same thing in our own way, I think. And when I told him, I think there's certain things I told him, let me grieve on my own or something like that, he sort of back up and stuff like that. He felt what I was feeling, and I think we dealt with it differently. I mean, almost the same. My goodness. So I feel everything that this person is saying. Okay? I think the hardest part of losing some you love is that you still have get up in the next day and just live. That's true. If you know a friend or family who is struggling with sorrow of losing a baby, please just be patient with them. Some kindness, but not pity. That's true. That is true. Oh my God. I wonder. Oh my goodness. They don't want to laugh or feel good. They want to cry and mourn for their baby. Okay? They don't have the strength right now to be superwoman and talk how miscarriage is very common. Let them choose it if they want to cry alone or social media. Don't judge. Don't preach. That is true. That is so true. Let me see. She has 687 comments. Can I go into them? Reply, I mean. Excellent comment. Miscarriage is a very common grief, but also very private grief. Parents have lost a child, others merely an idea of a child. I'm telling you, those people who try so hard to have and can't have, by its nature, it is private grief. I know from experience my own and experience the miscarriage of those dear to me. My heart is broken too, but it is their own private grief in a way. This is why I think I even created a different video separately saying that how Meghan and Harry approach this. Okay, they had different stages where the shock, okay, when it first happened, and to find out, to confirm it did happen, and then they cried, they mourned the loss together, and whichever way they did, and then they try to move on with their life, and then until they fully went beyond the grieving process. Okay, so they're okay with it, they accept the fact that it happened, they finished, did they grieve, they cry, whatever. Okay, so now they're willing to share it, they already accept it. Right now, I mean, if people go to any of them, probably, I'm just from humble opinion, if they go to them and said, I'm sorry for your loss, you had to go, they're gonna say it's okay, because they already went through it, they experienced it, they felt okay to share it. Whichever way people come to them about it, they already accept the fact that it already happened, and they were willing to take the time now to just let people know about it. And it's the thing that pisses some of the squad off with the British media. They always want to scoop, they want to go and tell before the person, mourn the thing. Imagine if that was in the UK. The second that thing happened, okay, let's say someone at the hospital, blab it out to the media, and then the media immediately go and put it on the paper. That would be quadruple pain for Harry and Meghan. Give them time to mourn. Look at this. They went through all of this throughout the summer. They went through it. They did several Zoom calls and all of that. And throughout all of it, I could tell in their face. Okay? I didn't know they had the miscarriage, but I could tell certain things were happening with them in some way. There's some of the Zoom calls that they did. I even said, oh, look at Harry's face. He looked tired. He could have easily been crying. And then he had to put a poker face to do that Zoom meeting. Okay? And I think I blamed it on time zone with different part of the world. He probably had to do several Zoom calls and FaceTime and all of this. Okay? So he had to put his alarm on. Go back to some of those videos that I did where they did some sort of Zoom call. I think in one of the videos yesterday, I put the screenshot. I'm probably going to grab it from that old video, with the thumbnails of some of those videos. I mean, there's probably more, but I'm not sure if I even said it on those, but it's during those time where they did the Zoom calls, or they come out public, or when they sat in the yard on the bench, they were talking about the voting thing and all of this. All of that. You could see they were still mourning. You could see it in their face. They tried their best to put a poker face, but you could still see through it. Okay? All right, so, okay, I'm gonna stop because New York Times is one of those newspapers that I feel very, I think are somewhat truthful on their things. That's this person from the Bronx. Let's see. I lost a child that breathed and one that did not. Oh my God. The grief I felt was different in intensity, yet the same in the feeling of loss. I realized quickly that society is uncomfortable with a woman living out her grief. Many times I was told that I was excessive in my feeling of loss, or told that I could have another one, as if my loss was a transient one. Oh my God. What we forget is what often replaces grief is fear. We become fearful of another loss, having joined the rank of those who have suffered. Wow. I wish we could have a conversation about the fear, because that is an emotion that plays in the background when we fall pregnant again, or raise children after loss. Am I okay? Right now I am, but 10 minutes ago when reading this article, I was not. Thank you, Megan. Wow. Yeah, after I read it, I, okay. When yesterday, after some people have comment on the video, when I don't know what I call it, when I found out about the miscarriage, I was reading the stuff. I don't think I was processing them. I think I was reading for the sake of reading, of recording it for you guys. But when I saw the very first tweet that I came across that was talking about miscarriage, that was true. Okay? I didn't fake anything that you saw on the video. I purposely skip it. I skipped it because I didn't want to go through it to hear the stuff, because I didn't want to go back to my emotion of when I lost my first child. I mean, the miscarriage. Okay, I skipped it. And then as I continue reading, and the same thing is happening, like I'm hearing sorry for a loss and Megan this and Megan that. I was in my mind, I didn't share it with you, but I was not connecting the dot, knowing that it's Megan who had the miscarriage. It's when I finally found out. I mean, when I was editing it, I think I put on the side, okay, not knowing it was Megan. And when I found out it was her, and I was like, oh my God. And then you saw at the end, I didn't put the music that I usually put at the end, because that was the way I was feeling. I was like, anyone who's listening to that, who's gonna watch that video, you don't want to hear the music after that. So I just leave it and let it play out without the music. Yeah, my goodness. All right, so this is the end of this video, I think. All right, so video number 2. By the way, thank you, Tima, for that. All right, so that was very good. I went back to the article, and I'll put the link of the article on the description. A lot of time I said and I forget, and you guys could go on the comment section. As you can see, there was like 1,550 comments, and not only that, there was more response to other comments, so it was a lot.